Hi, everyone. Happy Thursday. Thank you so much for joining us. It is myself, Heather, and I have Anne here with us as well. I am our Director of Customer Experience at Sendible, and Anne is our Customer Success Manager. So we're super excited to join you guys today and talk through reporting, specifically how we can transform data, create really nice, good reports that you can be using with your clients, and how you can use that to show ROI and value back to your clients. So for today's session, Anne is going to take us through how to get started with reporting in Sendible, how to create some quick reports to be able to use and show to your clients, and then I'll talk through some of the ROI and looking at that value add for your clients as well. To get us started, if you haven't joined us before, we love to start with an icebreaker. And our icebreaker for today, the question is, what is one product, physical product, that you cannot live without? I'll give an example. Mine is a toothbrush. So again, a physical product that you can't live without. And yes, I love my toothbrush. I could not live without it. If you'd like to participate in the icebreaker, just go ahead and pop it into the chat. I should have mentioned the chat you'll see in the webinar window to the right. And then also right next to the chat is going to be the question box. If you have any questions throughout the session, please feel free to submit them into the questions box. You'll see there, Anne just said you can post your questions here. It'll be really helpful if you use the questions to submit your questions. That way we make sure we don't miss anything in the chat. Sometimes there can be a lot of communication back and forth and we don't want to miss anything.
That's a good
hi,
one,
Matt. Good to see you. Yeah, thanks. That's great. Yes, the gym, that's good too. Or your computer. Yeah, we'd all be without jobs without that one. Awesome. Go ahead and continue popping in there, and I will go ahead and turn it over to Anne, who is going to jump into Sendible and show us some reporting.
All right. Thank you so much, Heather. Let me just start sharing my screen here. And oh, hold on, I can't share the screen. Hold on, let me try this. Okay. All right, so, okay, you can see my screen now. Well, thank you for that introduction, Heather. So right now, I'm just going to show you guys how you can start a report. We also have custom reports for higher tier plans. And especially this will be very helpful for those who haven't run reports yet for our new customers. All you need to do is to go to, of course, our reports tab here. And we have the reports tab. And here, right here at the bottom is for you to build a custom report for your own. Now, when you go to the reports tab, you'll see 8 quick reports that we have here. So we already consolidated different metrics or modules, as we call them, into quick reports. So you'll have quick report for Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn. You also have engagement report here. If you want to create a report from scratch, you'll have to go to the report builder. But take note, customizing a report or building a report from scratch is only available to our higher tier plans, such as Scale, Expansion, and also our white label plans. For those who are on Creator plan, Interaction plan, you can still use the quick report here at any time. For those who would like to start off from scratch, you'll have to go to the report builder, put in the report name, even the report titles. I can say this is just my sample report. I'll just use the same report title, and I can put a default period. So when you open this report, you want it to be showing you the last 14 days. We can do that. You can also select a layout. I love most showing just one column, so it's pretty nice and tidy. Then you create the report. The next window that will show up is for you to add modules. Now, again, as I told you, this will be a blank report. Pretty much nothing is in here. So if I exit out of this, you'll see it's pretty much blank. Now, we recommend starting off with one of our quick reports here rather than starting with a blank report, right? So when we go to the reports tab, again, let me talk about the engagement report first. So the engagement report, this will be a combination of all the numbers across social platforms or social profiles that is in your dashboard. So that includes Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter. Kind of shows you your audience, like your followers, your fans, even the post engagement that you're getting from those social profiles. Again, they're just a combination of all those numbers. You can see the audience growth here. And pretty much these modules were already set. These are based on the most used modules for our clients, that, modules that matters most for them. And as an example, I'm just going to go to Facebook because I'm going to get more data here for Facebook. Okay, so by default, it went into our Sendible account. Cool. Now, the quick report will always have a report guide. So this report guide is very specific to the Facebook quick report, but these other quick reports will have their own versions of their own report guide. When you click on the report guide, it will open a new tab. It will be a PDF guide. So pretty much telling you what those numbers are all about. What's a post impression, page reach, what's an engagement. A very handy guide that will tell you why these numbers are important and how you can show the return on investment to your clients as well. So very handy guide, especially if it's the first time you're gonna run a quick report. Again, they are all available on each of these following quick reports with their own versions. Heading on to the upper right corner, we have the filter date here. So you can pretty much change the date duration. But take note that we can only go as far back as last 90 days. And if you hover on to the graphs, it's pretty dynamic. You can see that the numbers are changing when you hover onto the graph, telling you the organic likes, page likes. And you can also drag and drop the sequence. Let's just say you want to put page audience growth at the top of the report. You can easily do that. Just drag this module, or maybe put this one, publishing behavior, at the bottom of the report. Yes, that can be done. And maybe some of the metrics here on modules doesn't make sense for you or your client, and you want to change it, you want to customize it. You can do that, but you'll have to save it as a custom report first. So again, custom report is only available to higher tier plans. All you need to do is to click on save right over here. And maybe I'll just name this as sample or Sendible report, Sendible FB report. And okay. All right. Now, as you can see, I'm now under the report builder because I'm essentially trying to build this report from a quick report. And if you may have not noticed, my reports now is showing 17. I had 16 there earlier, but since I added one, it will be included right here, Sendible FB report. And when you're trying to customize your report, notice that you also have the cover page option here. So you can pretty much add your own logo or the client's logo over here. This is a freehand text box, so you can put whatever you need to put inside the cover page. Let's hide this for now. And then you'll now have the option to rename the module. So you can rename this. Or maybe you want to remove this module. So you don't want this. Maybe you don't want this. So you can remove them. And that's how you customize it. And then maybe you want to add a different module that would make sense for your client. So all you need to do is to go here on top, you add a module. Then you'll have 5 different tabs here on top. Let's talk about the general reports first. So under general reports, you'll find tons of different metrics, or modules as we call them. But take note that this is a combination of all the numbers of all the social profiles connected to your dashboard. So if you want to drill down per profile, I suggest you go to the Profiles tab. And here you'll find all the social profiles on your dashboard. And then you can pick each one and you can add it to your custom report. So I'm going to add Sendible's Facebook pages, maybe posts and comments, and then I'll add engaged users. I can go back and I'll try to add Sendible's Twitter. Maybe I want to combine it with a Twitter account as well. So that can be done. I can add Twitter's audience engagement and audience growth. So just in case you want to combine all the Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter into one report and send it out to your client, you can do that. Now, as you keep on adding different modules, take note, you can only add a maximum of 30 modules in one custom report. 30 is a big number, so I don't think that should be a problem. Monitoring, if you have keyword alerts that you've set, like for social listening, you'll also be able to pull modules from those social media monitoring. Links, if you want to pull top links, just take note that if you're not shortening your links via Bitly, that will be included on the top links. So make sure that you're shortening the links via Bitly. And then we have Google Analytics here. So there are different modules you can add. When you do so, it will ask you to log into your, of course, Google Analytics ID and your account. What it will do is it will pull the numbers from your Google Analytics and bring it to Sendible, and then Sendible will present it into a report form. Now, let me exit out of this. And you may have noticed it has already been added here. So I have the audience growth here for Twitter. I have the audience engagement again from Twitter. And then these are the mentions and also the posts and comments that I just added. Now, if you feel like this is a good, well-made report that you want to share to your clients, or maybe someone across the board who has access to Sendible, you can share this report by clicking this icon here on top. So it will give you option to share it to, let's say, Ace Group, which is a client. So once I share that to Ace Group can see it on his own dashboard under My Reports, on his own My Reports. Okay, and you can just also print this report. Just click on this printer icon. You can opt not to include a cover page. Then just click on print. It also gives you an option to save it as a PDF once you click on that print option there. Now, what I love most about our custom report is that you can email this report. So highlighting this, I just want to say that you can send it over not just to yourself, but also to different members of the team, or even who doesn't have access to Sendible, just your email, just the client's email. You can put that over here, separate them with commas if you have multiple ones. Then put the subject line, the message. You can also opt not to include a cover page. You can click and send it now if you want to get the report immediately, and you'll get that via email, of course, and the PDF file will be attached to it, and that's going to be the report. If you want this to be an automated task done by Sendible or by the system, you can add a frequency. Maybe you want to do it every Monday. You want the system to do it every Monday, first of the month. Or perhaps you wanted to send out the email and the report every week, every Monday. Just save the settings, and it will automatically send a report every Monday of the week, depending on how many users you put here or how many email addresses. So definitely a great way of sharing reports, doing it automatically for you. Okay, so I think that's pretty much it on my end. Okay, well.
Awesome. Thanks so much.
Of course.
Great. I will go ahead and start sharing. Let's make sure you can see everything here. Awesome. So right now, yep, perfect. You can see. So thanks so much, Anne, for going through that. Super helpful to see the reports in Sendible. I'm going to take us through actually looking at those cheat sheets or report guides that Anne mentioned that you can go in and pull from the report directly. These are so helpful when getting started with Sendible reporting, or even when talking to clients about reporting, because as you can see in my screen here, it takes the module and it really breaks down what you're looking at. So again, as you're talking with clients, it can just be useful to use it to show them what they're looking at. But for today's purpose, I'm going to go through and highlight a few different modules that I want us to think about when we're thinking about how we can show ROI to our clients. An easy way to do that, to show ROI, is to provide data that reflects the growth they're seeing across their social media accounts that you're managing or you're providing content for. So there's 3 specific modules I want to highlight, thinking there are a ton we could go through, but just for time, we're going to call out 3 specifically. So the first one is the one that's on my screen, the publishing behavior module. Now this can be found on the Facebook quick report. And as you'll see here, you can use this module really to understand what's working with your social strategy by spotting trends. You can quickly identify over here, right, the best times for posting So when you're thinking about your content strategy and when you want to be sending those posts out, you can use that within your strategy with your clients. You can also come down here and break down the type of content that's going out as well. So this is great when thinking about your team. Maybe if you have a team creating content or your content creators, the type of content and the amount of that type of content really going out, such as, plain text, links, photos, videos, and so on from there. Also, it's great to always be able to see any increases or decreases in the amount of content. So ideally, if you're seeing an increase in the amount of content, that's great to show back to your clients, we've increased this percentage in the amount of content going out to your profiles. The next one I want to take a look at is the audience engagement report, which is going to be found on our Twitter quick report. Now, this module is great, right? All of us want to be able to see the amount of engagement that posts are getting. So this really helps us identify that exactly the amount of engagement your clients' posts on Twitter are receiving. So here you can see the breakdown by day. That's going to give you mentions, retweets, likes, and tweets sent. You also can look at that as a total engagement breakdown as opposed to just by day. And then again, any increases or decreases in that engagement. Of course, we always want to see it increase, but something to highlight is if you are seeing decreases, it's a great time to go back and evaluate that content and say, okay, maybe last period it was increased. This period it's decreased. Is there a reason? Did the type of content that we sent out change? Did we do less content? What is it that caused that decrease to then move forward and ideally see that increase come back next period? The last one that we're going to take a look at is going to be on our engagement report. Anne mentioned the engagement report. This is an awesome quick report. It's going to pull in all of your clients' profiles into that one report. So here, when we're looking at audience growth, it's compiling all of the different profiles and pulling those metrics in for us there. So this module quickly lets you keep your clients up to date with the growth that they're seeing, right, within their profiles. So the first that we see here is the audience growth by day. We also can split that out and look at, based on the profile, the audience split that they have. So which profile has the biggest audience, and are those the ones that we're targeting or improving our content strategy around? Do we need to be doing something different on the other ones to increase as well? And then, of course, as with the other ones, we have the increase and decrease here, which is just super beneficial when talking with your clients, again, about the content strategy and the value you're providing them. If you can show that audience increasing, that's huge, and that's exactly what we want. So those are just 3 of many modules, as I said. Coming back into Sendible, Anne showed you where the reports hub is and how to get into those different quick reports. Once you go into the quick report, you can pull up those report guides and cheat sheets to use those in talking with your clients. I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing, and I wanted to see if we have any questions. Let's go back here.
No, there are no questions.
Looks like... Oh, yes, you will get the recording. That's awesome. Yeah, no questions. No questions on reporting, guys. Usually we have questions around Sendible reporting. We do have 3 resources that we want to send over as well. So let me go ahead and pull those up really quick. One of them is from our help desk. It is a reports glossary, which, similar to those cheat sheets, it breaks down the different modules. But this is going to be all in one page. So instead of having to go to the individual quick report guide, you can just come to the reports glossary as well and use this. It's not as see it show the like the actual module, it just gives you the name and the description. So let me put that in here for you. If I can spell it right. And then there are 2 other resources as well that I wanted to include. And these are both from our Insights blog, which is a marketing blog. And there is so much good content on the Insights blog around best practices, industry tips and tricks. And ROI reporting is definitely one that our team highlights quite a bit. Hold on, it's not letting me link it. So just one second. Okay, so this is...
You still have a chance to put in your questions while Heather is
bearing with
trying
me
to pop in
here.
the URL link.
Okay, Okay, so it is and then the second one is going to be the second one is focused more on ROI. This one's a really good one too. The 3 resources that we would recommend checking out following this. Of course, if you do need any assistance or have any questions, you can always reach out to if you have a contact with our customer success team or if you work with our customer support team as well. Anything else, Anne?
No, they're all quiet.
No?
Gwen is trying to
It's
type
all
something.
quiet
Let's
today.
see if she has a question.
Usually the reporting webinar doesn't end early.
Yeah, people are like so prepared with a lot of questions.
Awesome. We're glad to hear it, Gwen. Let's see. It looks like we have one.
Matt Cherry has a question.
Will the new interface be more in line with the new Meta backend and how they are now reporting stats? Matt, when you say the new interface, I'm not positive exactly what you are referring to there. We are looking at enhancing kind of the reporting platform within Sendible, so most likely that. In line with what they look like from Meta, I don't know that I would say it would look the same, but the team is still kind of researching what reporting enhancements will look like and what kind of the future of that is. So it's hard to say, I think, it's hard to say like exactly what it's going to look like just because the team is still doing like quite a bit of discovery, research, testing around that. But I definitely think the goal is to make it as valuable for you guys as possible, right? So what can we do to make it so that you want to use Sendible reporting versus going to Facebook Insights, right? Like how is it more valuable? So I think that would probably be the focus.
Yeah, and essentially
but we will definitely keep you updated, Matt, as we
any new update, enhancements to the app, and updates are essentially based on the request of our customers. Like if that's available in the API, we'll definitely put that in. It's just a matter of prioritization, but I guess we'll definitely let everyone know and be in the loop for any updates. Yeah.
Sarah asked, what are common questions you get during the reporting webinars? What are we not asking? That's a really good question. I think we usually get a lot of questions around just reporting in Sendible, specifically the quick reports versus like building reports from the report builder, if you have access, on your plan to that. And as Anne mentioned, as a best practice, we definitely recommend starting with the quick reports. It's just going to save you a ton of time. They're pre-built, they have the modules in there. And then if you do have the report builder within your subscription, then you can take it from there and build upon it and customize it. But again, starting with that quick report is just going to save you so much time. So definitely a best practice there, and a question we get asked quite a bit. And what other questions? Anything you can think of?
I could only remember how Instagram has limited data that we can pull via the API. So some of them are just requesting for, Instagram's engagement, reach, and all sorts of things, like how they can pull specific metrics. I think those are the most common questions that they're asking, aside from what you mentioned.
Awesome. Another thing to keep in mind with reporting too, if the profile that you've connected to Sendible for any reason is disconnected, when you go in to pull the report, it's not going to allow you to pull it because we don't have that strong connection to the profile. So we can't pull the analytics back from it. So if you are ever running into challenges with getting data into your reports, it's always a great start to reconnect your profile first, see if that helps, and then we can take it from there.
April has a question. Does reporting cover paid ads? I don't think we do.
No. So it depends. It's kind of a long answer. But we don't currently integrate with Facebook ads and paid content. But with that, there are still some analytics that are brought through and displayed from ads. And so that's all going to be on that Facebook report guide. It'll show you if it's like a paid metric I'm saying that wrong, not a paid metric, but like a metric from a paid ad. So
like
just ones that
impressions. Paid impressions
exactly.
versus
Paid
the
impressions and paid likes are going to be the two for Facebook specifically. So sorry for the long answer there. Not generally, we don't, but there's those two exceptions with paid likes and paid impressions.
All right, anyone else? Yeah, Sheila, you can always ask us questions later on. You can email us. You can even reach out to our support team.
And one of the resources I linked was the reports glossary. That will take you into our help desk. If you haven't visited our help desk before, there's tons of content in there as well. How-to articles, again, best practices. Old webinars that we've done are all up there on different topics. So if you're ever looking for more information on something, you can always use that as a resource as well. Awesome. Well, thank you everyone for joining us. If you are in the US, we hope you have an exciting long holiday weekend or upcoming holiday middle of next week planned. If not, hope you have a great weekend ahead as well. And yeah, we look forward to seeing everyone at our next session, which will be towards the end of July. Be on the lookout in the next couple of weeks for an invite. We'll have that coming out soon. We love you too, Matt. Thanks.
Thanks. Thanks, everyone. Bye.
All right, guys. Bye, guys. Have a great weekend.